Time now for everybody's favorite guessing game, What's My Line? Brought to you by New Stopette, America's leading spray deodorant. The lotion spray deodorant that's like balm to your skin. Poof! There goes perspiration. Now let's all play What's My Line?
Now let's meet our award-winning What's My Line panel. First, the popular Broadway columnist, Miss Dorothy Kilgallen.
And on my left, the charming and distinguished panelist and humorist, Mr. Fred Allen.
Thank you, Dorothy. And at my left, ladies and gentlemen, a young lady who is sitting in for Arlene Francis tonight. She's the star of her own television show, Life with Elizabeth, and also the honorary mayor of Hollywood, California, Miss Honorary Betty White.
I'll get even with you for that honorary mayor.
Her honor, I should have said.
I never thought it would be my privilege to introduce a man who, among other things, among other books that he publishes one that I use all the time, get all my big words from, the American College Dictionary, Mr. Bennett Cerf.
Thank you, Betty. A girl as pretty as you doesn't need any words at all.
Oh.
And on my left is our famous news analyst and panel moderator. He's a little stiff from tennis tonight. He's also from Rye, New York, Mr. John Charles Daly.
Let's not say stiff. Let's say moving awkwardly. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to What's My Line? We're up to our old tricks once again. We have some very interesting occupations, some very nice people who brought them here to the theater, and I think we better get to finding out what we can do with the panel. We'll have a famous guest challenger on a bit later, but let's now meet our first challenger. So will you sign in, please, sir? Jack Adams, right, sir? Where are you from, Mr. Adams?
Mesa, Arizona.
Mesa, Arizona?
Yes, sir.
Well, that's a long way from here, and I dislike to put the additional burden on you of more travel, but the panel wants to get a closer look at you, so will you walk down there for me?
That near Phoenix?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Adam, how are you? Good. Showing your
All right,
gums
Mr.
here.
Adam, over here, if you will, and sit down next to me, and I'll ask you first if you know our scoring methods.
Yes, sir.
You've got that all straightened out? Fine. Then let's let the folks who are at home and those who are here in the theater with us know exactly what your line is. And that done, let's see if the panel can find it out. Are you all set, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Adam is self-employed. Let's begin the general questioning with Dorothy Kilgallen.
Mr. Adam, do you deal in services?
No.
That's 1 down and 9 to go, Mr. Allen.
Is there... You forgot my name already, John? I became a non-entity overnight.
I nearly called you Adam, you know.
Well, I would have been the first man. I'm the second one after Dorothy. Eve started this panel tonight. Mr. Adam, is there a product involved in what you do?
Yes.
Is this a product that would be used by both sexes, men and by women?
Yes.
Is this a product that would be conceivably be found in the normal home?
Yes.
Would it be found in any specific room, or would it be confined in its activity to one room of the home?
No.
It wouldn't.
It
No,
would not.
I would think not, Fred.
In a one-room house, what would it be?
There is a possibility it might spend more time in one place than another, but its movement around the home as a product might be rather general. That would make it 2 down and 8 to go, Miss
John,
White.
when pay television comes, I'm going to get you unscrambled.
Yes.
Oh, this isn't at all fair at home. I never can know why you don't guess this easier. You have it written right across the contestant right here, and it's a cinch to know what it is. Is this a large object, this product that you are associated with?
Sometimes.
Does this product Is it used by both men and women, Mr.
Yes.
Adams? Am I right in assuming it's used equally by men and women?
Yes. Certainly it could be, yes.
Is it an object small enough for me to hold in my hand?
Yes.
Sometimes, yes.
Sometimes.
Would I be likely to hold it in my hand? California.
I think you'd better take the dive and say no. Don't you think so? I think it would be no. 3 down and 7 to go, Mr. Cerf.
Mr. Adam, Mr. Daly sometimes gives us a little clue, and sometimes it's deliberately misleading, but he said something about moving around the house. Is this product alive?
Yes. Boy, am I going to get clobbered now?
It is alive. Well,
That was no clue.
you said it moved around.
That
Sometimes
is a
moves
product,
around.
it might be, yes. Oh,
Is it an animal that is or a living thing that is indigenous to Arizona? Do you find this, whatever it is, in Arizona?
In this case, yes.
What do you
Well,
mean?
we're going to have a small conference. Just a second.
That's a long conference.
Yes, yes, it is. Yes. Oh, well, would you ask that question again?
Is this thing, which is alive, ever found in the state of Arizona?
Would you not like to use the word indigenous again?
No, I will not use it again.
Proceed, Mr. Sir.
It is found in Arizona.
Yes.
At present.
Is it sometimes found in the open spaces, in the desert area of Arizona, among the mesas and whatnot?
Yes, sir.
Now, we're getting in real trouble. Come on back there and have another conversation.
We could play around.
We could have another conference here.
Mr. Cerf, would you like to ask that question again?
I'm going to go right straight to something. Does this thing crawl?
Sometimes.
Is it any member of the reptile family?
Yes.
Is it? Is it a snake?
No.
4 down and 6 to go, Miss Gilgallen.
Well, does it have little feet or paws or whatever you call them? Little things that go like this?
Yes.
Well, is it in the sort of lizard or chameleon family? Or, you know, I'm not very good on the names of those things. But I can draw you one.
The general family.
I'd walk a mile
Could we
for
have a
me.
conference? It isn't a lizard. It isn't a chameleon. What else is there? It looks like that. No.
Gila monster.
Gila monster.
A what?
You'd have that in the normal home? You did say this would be found in the normal
This
home.
we said would be found in the home, yes.
I pass.
Mr. Allen.
I'm not familiar with monsters or their derivatives, John. Is it a pet?
Sometimes.
It is a pet. It's not a dry crocodile by any chance, is it?
What
No.
is a dry crocodile?
Well, a crocodile that has no river. In Arizona, they have no rivers. I thought it might run out of its way. And well, many things settled in Arizona.
I quit. I'm going to flip all the cards and say that it isn't a crocodile, but I think you're close enough, Fred, so that Mr. Adam would be willing to concede that you got
Alligator?
so close we could... It's an alligator, that's right.
What is
Not
he doing?
indigenous, too, but they were in Arizona because he's got them there, you see.
Well, he took them there.
He took them, he raises them.
That's a dirty
They don't
trick.
come from Arizona.
No, he runs an alligator farm, which is why I asked you if you'd like to use the word indigenous again, but
I
you
didn't
wouldn't.
think you knew what it meant, so I changed.
Mr. Adam, thank you very much. We'll be glad to have you.
This week in game show history, legend Bob Barker is born. Crossword puzzler show The Crosswits debuts, and MTV's Remote Control airs its final episode. I guess they hit the off button on their remote.
All right, panel, a very good beginning with a tough subject. Let's see what you can do with our second challenge. Would you sign in, please, ma'am? Carolyn Weinberg, right? Where are you from, Miss Weinberg?
Los Angeles,
Is it
California.
Miss, is it?
Mrs.
Mrs. Weinberg from Los Angeles, California. It's very nice to have somebody from Los Angeles with us. You have some friends in the house.
I do.
Have nothing to worry about except the panels, so go over there and take a look at them, will you, please?
Weinberg, how's the smog out there? Really?
All right, Mr.
Won't discuss
Weinberg,
it, hey?
if you will, here. Come and sit down next to me, and I wonder if you know how we score this operation.
I do.
If you know how we score the operation, then let the folks who are at home and those who are in the theater with us know exactly what your line is. Now we will announce that you are salaried and begin the general questioning with Fred Allen.
Is that... It could be anything from California.
I resent that.
You know the mayor? Mrs. Weinberg, is there a product involved in what you do?
Yes, there is.
There is a product.
Yes.
Would you say under oath that this is a useful product?
Yes.
It is a useful product.
Yes.
It's useful in California.
Yes.
Well, you're very pleasing to the eye, if you don't mind me saying so.
Thank you very much.
Would you say that your product is also decorative or pleasing to the eye?
Yes.
Really? Well, today is Father's Day. Would Father... Father, I haven't even said what Father was going to do. Would Father be happy with one of these if he saw one of these around the house?
Yes.
Is this something that could be worn?
Yes.
Is it something that I'm suspicious now? Is it something that would be worn on a special occasion?
Yes.
It would be, and you'd be inclined to wear it on a... If Father put it on, would that be a big event?
Father put that on, that'd be a big event. I would say this, Fred, I think...
It would be a big event.
I think Mrs. Weinberg will have to agree that if Father put it on, well, but it wouldn't necessarily be a big event, so we have to give you a no on that.
You don't know what my father would put on.
1 down and 9 to go, Miss White.
From the general reaction, may I assume then that it is a product primarily worn by one sex more than the other?
Yes.
Is this worn more by women generally?
Yes.
Not by my father.
And Dad. Is it a product that would change the appearance? Would I know, for instance, if Miss Kilgallen were wearing this particular...
Yes.
Is it something she would wear outside her clothes, in view, in other words?
Yes.
It would be worn in view, yes.
Would it help me to know what material it's made of?
I wouldn't answer that question. I think it's a leading question and not necessarily germane.
It was meant that way. Would this be considered an article of apparel as opposed to an article of jewelry?
Yes.
Would it benefit her? Is it, you said useful and decorative.
Mm-hmm.
Would it benefit her appearance in any way like... Well,
I'm going to get one, whatever it is.
I'll get my father to give you his.
Is this something you would wear in the house, Miss Weinberg?
Yes.
Would you ever wear it away from the house?
Yes.
Outside, out of doors?
Yes.
Would it be something in the line of an accessory as opposed to a garment?
No.
2 down and 8 to go, Mr. Cerf.
Mrs. Weinberg, you say this would be visible if it were worn.
Yes.
Would it drape the entire figure?
In the contemporary terms of draping the figure, I would say this could be described as draping the figure, yes.
That can be anything from a G-string up.
Well, if you want to leave your initial question stand, and we accept that you are then asking from the ankles to the neck, why, fine. You want to do it that way?
No.
All right.
But primarily, would it cover one section of the anatomy more than another?
No.
It wouldn't.
3 down and 7 to go, Miss Kilgallen. I'm going to give you 1 more minute.
Does this more or less hug the figure? I didn't hear.
Does this more or less hug the figure?
It can. You make different kinds, or what you have to do with them. Whatever you do, there are different sizes and varieties of these things? Yes. They come in different colors? Yes. And you say you'd wear them outdoors. Would you ever wear them on the beach? Yes.
You could.
Would you have to be especially daring?
No. No, actually, I'm going to flip this on the basis of time passing. You were very close, and I thought you would move right into it, actually, after Fred got through, because, you see, Mrs. Weinberg models maternity clothes. Thank you very much, Mrs. Weinberg. Nice to have somebody from Los Angeles and to give the balance. All right, we'll meet tonight's mystery guest in just a moment, but first, here's Arlene Gray.
How's this for a simple parlor trick? See, it's going to take 2 of me tonight to tell you about Stopette, because now there are 2 of Stopette. All the world knows about wonderful Stopette lotion spray deodorant. Well, here's Stopette in a brand new cream form for those who prefer a cream deodorant. It took this long to bring it to you simply because Dr. Monnier wouldn't be satisfied until he could create a true cream, gentle and soothing, with no harsh evaporating alcohol. And look, its new swivel case works just like a lipstick. Think of it. No stubborn jars, no gooey fingers, no waste, nothing to wash off. And like the original spray deodorant, you can expect more of Stopette, for you can count on new Stopette cream to protect you all day long. Stopette alone protects you 3 ways. First, it's a deodorant. Second, it's an antiperspirant. And third, it soothes, because it contains the same soothing ingredients you find in Stopette lotion spray. And unlike so many deodorants, Stopette is so effective, you actually use less. Try new Stopette cream deodorant, the new way to smooth away perspiration.
And now we come to the special feature of our program, the appearance of our mystery celebrity, for which my colleagues are blindfolded. The blindfolds are all in place, panel?
Yes, sir.
Good. Will you come in, mystery challenger, and sign in, please? All right, panel, as you know, in the case of our mystery challenger, we have new sets of rules. You ask 1 question at a time in turn, moving clockwise, and we get right down to the general questioning. Let's begin with Bennett Cerf.
Well, that immediate recognition would lead me to believe that you're an adornment to the entertainment industry. Is that correct?
Oh, well, sure.
All right, Miss Kilgallen.
Are you a comedian?
Well, that's debatable. Sometimes.
Are you in motion pictures?
I used to be.
Miss White.
Are you in television?
Sometimes. Sure.
Actually, I will say that our guest is in television, yeah. Mr. Cerf.
Are you on a regular scheduled television program?
Yes.
Are you Jackie Gleason?
No.
1 down and 9 to go, Mr. Allen.
Are you a man who is large as Jackie Gleason, Mr. Slazak?
Well, I ain't even indigenous to Mr. Slazer.
2 down and 8 to go, Miss White.
Do you sing?
Well, I have. Not good, but I sing.
Mr. Cerf.
Are you the star of the program that you appear on?
Flatterer. Nope.
3 down and 7 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
Is the star a lady?
Nope.
4 down and 6 to go, Mr. Allen.
Is the star a man? Is it my father again?
Fonderen. Ja.
Is it a variety type program?
Ja.
Is it on the Columbia Network?
Nope. What?
Who raised this question? 5 down and 5 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
I'm running out of comedians. Are you Rochester?
Get it,
6 down and 4 to go, Mr. Allen.
Are you on CBS?
Nope.
That
Oh,
question has been asked, Mr. Allen.
I'm sorry, I have a short memory, John. You're not Art Carney.
Who? Oh, no.
Art Carney.
7 down and 3 to go, Miss White.
Is it a useful product? No, that's
Well, quicker than a bread box.
All right, Miss White.
all right. Are you on the rival network in the... do you act as a master of ceremonies at any time?
Nope.
That's 8 down and 2 to go, Mr. Cerf.
Are you on any kind of a panel or quiz show?
No.
9 down and 1 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
Are you on in the evening?
Ja.
Who are you?
Well, I ain't Marley's ghost.
I thought we ran out, John.
No, you still have 1 more to go.
You a comedian?
Yes, that has been answered.
That has been answered. I know he's been getting more laughs than all of us together, but I want to make sure. I give up, John.
Miss White?
Do you work with someone on this particular program?
Ja.
Mr. Cerf?
Do you work with a girl?
Nope.
10 down and no more to go. You may remove your blindfolds panel. Arnold Stang is with us.
And, you know, I just want to say one thing. Today is Father's Day, as was brought out earlier, and I just want to say that I learned this accent from my father. He used to do that. He used to tell me stories every night when I was just a little kid in this accent, and then I became interested in other dialects, and then I had to forget about them.
Because that's the trouble with that Fred Allen. All he talks about is his own father. Now, if he'd remembered your father, he was in. You see?
Well, my
Nice to see you.
father-
Thank you.
Thanks very much for being our guest.
Go refill your eggnog. Buzzer's Betty White Christmas returns after this. It's beginning to look a lot like a Betty White Christmas. Back to the festivities.
All right, panel, we just have time to give you a bit of a test with a final challenger. Would you sign in, please, sir? William Gunn. Is that right, sir? Where are you from, Gunn?
Suffield, Connecticut.
Suffield, Connecticut. Will you look at the panel? Panel, will you look at Mr. Gunn? We're a little bit short of time, so you come right over and sit down next to me, if
Don't
you
point
will.
your gun at it.
Do you know how we score this operation, Mr. Gunn?
Yes, sir.
Fine, then we'll let the folks who are at home and those in the theater know what your line really is. All right. We will announce that Mr. Gunn is salaried and begin the general questioning with Miss White, and you have about 2.5 minutes to see if you can get this.
Is there a product connected with what you do, Mr.
Yes.
Gunn? Is it a useful product?
Yes.
Is it a product used by both men and women?
Yes.
Is it a product found in the normal home?
Yes.
Can be, yes.
Then am I correct in assuming it can also be found away from home?
Yes.
If it were found, say, in Mr. Allen's, no, if it were found in Mr. Cerf's home, would it be found in one particular room of the house?
No.
No, we'll give you a no on that. It would be likely that an individual might have one place for it, but in the house, taken as an entity of a community, it could be in many places. That's 1 down and 9 to go, Mr. Cerf.
Mr. Gunn, you have a Wall Street look about you. Has that anything to do with finance?
No.
2 down and 8 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
To get back to this house, could you have a normal house without one of these things?
Yes.
Would it be found in rooms other than the kitchen or bathroom?
Yes.
More frequently than in the kitchen and bathroom?
Yes.
Would you ever find one in the living room?
Yes.
Is it decorative as well as useful?
No.
If Mr. Gunn will excuse me, it could be.
Right.
It could be.
But you have it because of what it does, not because it beautifies the room. Is that
Yes.
it?
And actually, except that if it's decorative, it would be decorative in and of itself.
What?
Huh?
Is it something that's on the floor rather than hanging on the wall or from the windows?
No.
3 down and 7 to go, Mr. Allen. About 10
Is
seconds.
it something that has to employ power to function?
No.
To be plugged in or
Has,
anything like that?
has to be plugged in or something? No. That's 4 down and 6 to go, Miss White.
Does this product have any moving parts?
Yes.
Is it an expensive product?
No.
It could be. We'll give, if you would, again,
All right.
excuse me. It could be. Could be
Am
expensive.
I right in assuming it would be too large for me to pick up and carry?
No.
No, you are wrong, and unhappily I have to flip the cards for time. Dorothy, you have a weenie. Quickly, what
I
is
was
it?
thinking of a calendar.
A calendar?
No.
Golly, no.
Nothing
Because
over the
I want you
window?
to meet Mr. Gunn, who makes guns. What? Oh! Mr. Gunn is the superintendent of the Smith & Wesson gun factory up in Connecticut. We were afraid to even give you his town. Thank you very much, Mr. Gunn, for making guns and for coming to see us. It's nice to have had you on What's My Life. Good night. We'll be back in just a moment. But first, here's Arlene Gray with an announcement from Stopette.
Ladies and gentlemen, we direct your attention to the words on your television screen. This is your last chance. The very last time we can invite you to this big Stopette Summer and Sun special. Here's how to get protection from just about the only 2 things of summer that aren't nice, perspiration and sunburn. Famous Stopette for finest underarm protection, and with it, free, popular Sea and Ski tanning cream for finest protection under the sun. Stopette, as you know, is the lotion spray deodorant that contains soothing ingredients, and yet it's such an effective antiperspirant. Poof! There goes perspiration. And now Stopette brings you a special bonus, free. This big tube of Sea and Ski tanning cream. It's the cream everyone's talking about because it helps turn you a delicious golden brown and all the while positively prevents burning or peeling. But this is definitely the last time we can make this announcement. Here's your last chance to get both Stopette and the generous tube of Sea and Ski tanning cream for only $1.25 plus tax. Be sure to get yours tomorrow.
And now, before our panel says goodnight, may I remind you to tune in again next Sunday evening at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time, when once again we invite you to play What's My Line. For other localities, check your local listings for the date and time of our weekly series. And now, a word from next week's sponsor.
The Remington shave is the fast shave. Just watch how fast those whiskers come off. Earlier, Jim Congdon shaved the other half of his face with the old-fashioned wet shaving method, and it took more than 4 minutes. But look how fast he's shaving the rest of that full beard with the Remington electric shaver. That's because the Remington is man-size, has 3 diamond-honed shaving heads. For the fast, clean shave you've always wanted, give yourself the Remington shave.
Betty, it's been real nice having you with us, and we quite understand how you got to be elected the honorary mayor of Los Angeles.
Thank you, Mr. Daly, and I'm having a wonderful time, but Arlene, we miss you.
We do miss Miss Arlene, and until next week when Miss Betty will be back with us, this is John Daly saying good night, Miss Dorothy.
Good night, John, and say hello to your father, will you, friend?
I
Good
certainly
night, dear.
shall, Dorothy. Good night, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Allen. What page is indigenous on in the American College Dictionary?
I'll tell you about it when we get off.
He'll sell you a book, actually.
I can hear Arlene saying a fine bunch of experts tonight. Good night, John.
And besides which, Bennett doesn't know what indigenous means either. So good night, ladies and gentlemen, and thanks for being with us on What's My Line?
Transportation for What's My Line is arranged through American Airlines, America's leading airline, serving 77 major cities throughout the United States, Canada, and Mexico. This has been a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production, in association with the CBS Television Network.